I'm really excited to have Marilyn Vandenbrink here joining me, a holistic nutritionist that shared this information on how to eat to beat disease by Dr. William Li. I was really excited only because it just reinforced that food and what you're eating plays such a big role on disease and how to beat disease. So maybe you can share some of your knowledge and the information that you received.
Yeah, thank you, Nada. Yeah, I was really excited because I have to do 25 hours of upgrade hours, and one of the speakers at the Canadian School of Natural Nutrition Conference was Dr. William Li. And when I saw what he said, I thought I have to share this with people because people have to know they can empower themselves to be healthy. And just to give you a little background of Dr. Li, he's a world-renowned physician, scientist, and speaker and author. He's an author of over 100 scientific publications in leading journals like Science, the New England Journal of Medicine, Lancet, and many more. And he's also served on faculties like Harvard's, Tufts, and Dartmouth Medical School. So he has a really great background in science. And what he basically says is health is not the absence of disease. Health is the presence of defense systems that the body has to protect itself. And you've probably heard of a lot of these defense systems, like our immune system, our DNA, our angiogenesis, our microbiome. We're hearing
Starting
a lot.
To hear more
about the gut, right?
The gut,
and stem cells. But the exciting things is food supports these systems. Science shows us foods boost these defense systems. So it's really, really exciting, right?
Absolutely. And I'm one of the things that they talked about is it's not what we are eating, but it's what we aren't eating.
That's right.
Right.
And that's what the Lancet Commission actually put forward. And it's kind of scary to think when they looked at what we're eating in North America. This study was actually in 195 countries around the world. But when you look at what we're eating, it's mostly dairy and red meat. And what are we not eating? You know, the important things,
the
whole
fruits
grains,
and vegetables,
fruits and vegetables,
nuts and seeds,
wild fish, you know, that type of thing. And it is difficult to get that into our diet every single day for sure.
Well, yeah, when I saw this, the recent publication on, now they're saying 13 servings of dark colored fruits and vegetables, but what has to happen by 2050?
I know, they're saying we have to double it, which is almost inconceivable, because when I tell clients now, you aim for 10 to 13 servings of fruits and vegetables, and they find that overwhelming, right? So, and what we have to do too is cut by 50% our sugar in red meat. So there's some really good recommendations here for sure.
Right.
And what's really exciting is when you put farm, like natural, against pharma, they've actually found there's so many nutrients in food that work as well as, or even better than many drugs. And the thing is, what does a drug do, right? It's like a hammer. It smashes a system on, it smashes it off. Where a food has no side effects, it balances the body, right? It goes in there and because it won't overdo something or underdo something, it does exactly what you need. And that's exactly what this study showed, especially in our blood vessels. And these blood vessels, they feed disease. They're finding cancer, dementia, arthritis. And one of the power foods is
a tomato containing lycopene, which is a powerful nutrient found in a lot of our dark colored fruits and vegetables, especially the tomato.
Yeah, the lycopene was one of the big ones that was proven to cut off these blood vessels. But there is a little tip here for it.
A few tricks for the tomato.
It depends how we eat it. Eating raw tomatoes is not absorbed that well, the lycopene. But if you cook it, even for 2 minutes, you absorb more than 50% of the lycopene. And if you cook it for 30 minutes, 250%. So that's pretty exciting because that's pretty easy to do. So you think about it, the Italian Nonna, she knew what she was talking about, right? For sure.
Absolutely.
And consuming 2 or more servings of tomato sauce per week actually could reduce prostate cancer up to 30%. And I know that's information I think that a lot of men would find very, very helpful, for sure.
For sure.
Right.
But also another tip with the tomato, not only cooking it, but adding a little bit of olive oil.
Exactly. Yeah, because if you just cook it in water, you see you don't even absorb it 20%. But if you cook it in olive oil, you absorb it over 40%. So makes a huge difference.
But the good quality olives, which I found kind of interesting because, there's so many olive oils out there. And I think just looking at the olives from Italy and from Greece and from Spain, just making sure that you're looking at the label and picking a good quality olive oil made with good olives. And these are some of the olives that they're recommending.
Yeah, it definitely, and you can actually find that these olives sourced on the back of the olive oil bottle when you're purchasing your olive oil. So it's a really good tip to actually key in on these olives. Absolutely.
And what I also, before you go to the next step, is the carotenoid complex from Neolife, which is the antioxidants made from tomatoes that Neolife has had for many, many years. They've dispersed it in olive oil to make it more bioavailable. So this is something that Neolife has known for many, many years. So, when I saw this study and hearing this, the tomato and the olive oil, I thought, yes, I said, that's why they put olive oil in this product.
That's right. And when the USDA studied that product, they found that it boosted immune systems 37%. It was bioavailable, and it was published in the peer-reviewed journal, the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition, which is a really well-respected journal.
Yes.
And as you can see here, the British Journal of Nutrition, it's actually talking about how tomatoes and lycopene cut off that blood supply. So it's super, super important. There's lots of research out there. But what's really exciting is this new research on soy. Right?
Yes. I was so excited to see this because it's been a challenge, using the Neolife shake for over 32 years and hearing people's struggles with not understanding the importance of soy. And then you have breast cancer survivors or people that are, finishing treatment and they're afraid to consume soy. But we've known for many, many years that it's important to protect the body, help to fight cancer. And coming from Dr. Lee, it just made sense.
Absolutely, because it is true. Medical doctors are saying that women who have had breast cancer should not use soy.
Yeah.
But Dr. Lee, just to quote him, he says, "This is an urban legend that needs to go away based on the evidence." Because you think about it, if soy was dangerous, why in Asia, when they eat so much soy and plant-based products, is their rates of breast cancer so low? And you can see on the tests that Dr. Lee did, see the blood vessels that have grown all around the vision there? Well, by putting genistein from soy in it, it dissolved those blood vessels, and even better than drugs did.
Wow.
So it's pretty exciting research. And a lot of people say, well, the phytoestrogen and the human estrogen, they're the same. But if you look at the chemical structure, do you think they look the same?
No, they're not the same.
They don't look the same at all.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And there's a public health study published in the Journal of the American Medical Association, JAMA, and it proves soy intake increases breast cancer survival. And this study was done in 5,042 breast cancer survivors in Shanghai, 29% reduction of death, and 32% reduction in reoccurrence. So in Asia, they actually, if a medical doctor will tell patients with breast cancer to eat soy.
Eat soy. Yep.
Yeah. So
good quality non-GMO soy.
That's right. You have to have the good stuff. And it's exciting too because there's 17 other studies, and you can see where the blue lights are. It's all showing survival.
Wow.
It's so powerful, this research that's come out on soy. So I'm excited.
Very so important. And again, filling the gap, right? Bridging the gap is the key.
Exactly. And there's lots of foods out there that have this anti-angiogenic activity. A lot of things we can include in our diets, right? Like tomatoes and strawberries and raspberries and green tea. And why I'm so excited and why I feel so strong about recommending the Neolife products is because they have those food concentrates.
They're all made from most of those foods that are on that slide. Absolutely.
Yeah. And when you look at what these bioactives do, you can see they the tomato reduces prostate cancer by 33%. Omega-3 reduces all forms of cancer by 20%. So that is absolutely huge. And even, what's the other one?
Soy
and soy reduces even type 2 diabetes by 11%. And what are we dealing with? There's so many people with diabetes and cancer and cardiovascular disease. So if they can know just by changing what's in your pantry and your supplements, you can make a huge difference.
Yes, so better food choices, eating more fruits and vegetables, fish, good quality olive oil, tomatoes, cooking in olive oil, and then supplementing using something like the breakfast pack from Neolife that contains this little multivitamin pack that has those oils from grain, your fruits and vegetables, the carotenoids, a multivitamin, and then having one protein shake a day just helps to bridge the gap. So this is an incredible breakfast pack that's safe for everybody, and even our children, our small little
That's
guys,
right.
right?
Yeah,
So,
my grandchildren have been drinking that shake since they could drink out of a sippy cup.
Yeah.
They love it and they're healthy. They've never been on antibiotics. I mean, and that's what we want for healthy kids and healthy adults, right? Yeah.
So we're on a mission just to help people understand how they can eat to beat disease, having better food choices and supplementing and filling the gaps as to what's missing in our diets. I want to thank you so much for sharing this information with us, and this information from this book is absolutely fantastic. So thank you so much, Mary Ellen.
Thank you, Nana.